her father rejecting her going out and saying, "Daddy, Daddy," when she would see him. And he's like, "Don't call me that." And she's like, "If you don't want me to call you that, you better give me some money so I can pay the rent." And just being raped repeatedly. She was raped by police officers
So
in
yeah.
this process of all this harassment. And who's going to believe you, junkie? Right? But this was a woman who lived very authentically in an era where that was not the thing to do. And you brought up already about her identity, her sexual identity.
Uh-huh.
She
Uh-huh.
loved men, but apparently she wasn't
Lo-
averse to loving women.
Women as well.
And she loved black, white, and I think everything in between. Of course, we know that her great-grandmother was a slave, was owned by an Irish white man. That's where the Fagin comes from.
Uh-huh.
I think her great-grandmother had 16 children, something like that. So her grandfather's, yeah, so her grandfather was half white, basically. But also just the way when we talk about money, people don't understand this. Remember, she died in 1959. Billie Holiday in her prime
Was
earned
earning
$1,000 to $3,000 a week, 12,000 a month back before the 60s. You know, do that math as to what that, some of us listening right now do not make, wait a second, do not make, how many of you make 12,000 a month? I mean, the average American family does not earn 72,000 in a year in 2025. So think about how much money she had back then. So she talks about, being in her Cadillac and the fur coats and all of this stuff and traveling through Europe and so on and so forth. So Billie also fought for pay equity for Black women and for Black artists as a whole. She used her platform to advocate for racial equality, confronting the systemic inequities within the music industry and asking for credit for her music, asking to be paid at a level that they initially had not been paying people, which reverberates today. So what are the lessons for today that I take from Billie Holiday? We can't control always what life, actually very rarely can we control what life throws at us, but we can control the meaning we attach to it and what we choose to do with that pain and the lessons learned. Billie obviously channeled that into her music.